In a small village surrounded by green mountains and quiet valleys lived Salma, a woman in her 40s, with her husband Ahmed and her two young children, Yasmina and Mohammed. Her life was simple, but full of love and warmth. Ahmed worked in a small car repair shop, and his modest income was enough to meet the family's basic needs. Salma took care of the house and raised the children, and participated in some manual work such as sewing to help her husband improve the family's income. But life was not always good. Suddenly, Ahmed fell seriously ill, and after a short struggle, he died, leaving Salma alone with her two children. The shock was great, and the pain was unbearable. Salma did not know how she would face life without her husband, especially since she did not have any steady source of income. She lived in a remote village where job opportunities were almost non-existent, and higher education was not available to her. In the first days after Ahmed's death, Salma relied on the little help from neighbors and relatives, but she felt frustrated because she did not want to live on the charity of others. She wanted to work, to provide a decent life for her children, and to maintain her dignity. She tried to work as a seamstress, but the demand was low and the pay was meager. She then tried cleaning houses, but the work was hard and the income was barely enough to buy food. One night, while Salma was thinking about her bleak future, she heard from her neighbor Fatima about online job opportunities. Fatima was working as a translator from home, and she was making a good income. Salma, who did not know much about the internet, felt a bit hopeful. She decided to try, but she needed a computer or a smartphone. After selling some old jewelry she owned, she was able to buy a used smartphone with the help of some small savings. Salma began her journey in the world of the internet by learning the basics. She would go to the internet cafe in the village to learn how to use digital platforms and how to create accounts on freelance websites. At first, the tasks she received were small and with little pay, such as data entry or simple translation. But she did not despair and continued to improve her skills. Over time, Salma noticed that there was a huge demand for graphic design services. She decided to learn this field, so she started watching free lessons on YouTube and practiced continuously until she mastered the basics. She would spend long hours at night after her children went to sleep, learning and practicing. She learned simple programs like Canva at first, then moved on to more complex programs like Photoshop and Illustrator. After several months of hard work, Salma had greatly developed her skills and started offering her services on international platforms such as Fiverr and Upwork. At first, she offered services at low prices to attract clients, but she quickly gained a good reputation for the quality of her work and commitment to delivery dates. Clients began to recommend her to others, and work orders increased. With the increase in her income, Salma was able to improve her living conditions. She bought a new laptop to improve her work efficiency and began providing her children with a better education. Yasmina, who loved drawing, started taking art lessons, while Mohammed, who was interested in mathematics, started attending private lessons to improve his level. Salma's journey was not easy, as she faced many challenges. She sometimes felt exhausted due to combining work and raising children. And she faced difficulties in dealing with some clients who requested many modifications or paid late. But she did not give up, but rather learned from each experience and constantly improved. After 2 years of hard work, Salma became a graphic designer known on international platforms. She was dealing with clients from all over the world and getting big projects with high salaries. She no longer relied on small tasks, but rather dealt directly with companies that appreciated her work and provided her with long-term projects. Salma never forgot her roots, and she started teaching other women in her village how to work online. She organized small workshops in her home to teach them the basics of graphic design and freelancing. She believed that education is the key to changing lives, and she wanted to help others improve their circumstances as she did. Thus, Salma's tragedy turned into a success story and inspiration. Thanks to her strong will and determination to learn and work hard, she was able to build a new life for herself and her children. She became a role model in her village, proving that determination and perseverance can open unexpected doors.